Okay, so for these problems, it's going to be just a little bit different. With these problems, we have to do some converting because what's going to happen is we're going to have two times involved. Let's take a look at the first problem. It says the car traveled 30 meters in 15 seconds. What was the speed of the car in meters per minute? Notice the distance in our speed that they're asking for is the same, but the time is different. So when you take a look at your triangle, remember that distance is always on top because speed equals distance over time. They're asking us for speed, so we still have to do our distance over time, which is 30 meters over 15 seconds. However, we don't want our answer to be in seconds. We want our answer to be in minutes. So there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. So the easiest way in my mind is to think about, okay, if I need to get to 1 minute, I just need to make my seconds equal to 1 minute. So how many seconds are there in 1 minute? Well, I know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. So then you just have to ask yourself, okay, how do I get from 15 to 60? What type of math computation do I have to do? Well, I know that 15 times 4 is what's going to give me 60. Because if you think about it, in an hour, if you know what a clock looks like, each section in an old clock is 15 minutes. Okay, so if I have to do times 4 to get to 60, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. Okay, so we've already got 15 times 4 gives us 60. So now we have to ask, okay, what is 30 times 4? 30 times 4 is going to give us 120. So now we have 120 meters over 60 seconds. And so because 60 seconds is equal to, it's the same thing as 1 minute, we don't have to do anything to change it into a minute. We can just rewrite it. Instead of writing our answer as 120 meters in 60 seconds, we can write our answer as 120 meters in 1 minute, which we could then rewrite as 120 meters per minute. Okay, now there's always more than one way to work this out. So I've shown you one way to set it up. Another way that you can find the same answer, okay? So with this problem, we had distance over time gives us 30 meters over 15 seconds, which is what they tell us up here in the problem, okay? We can go ahead and solve for speed because that's what we're looking for here. They asked us for speed. I know that 30 divided by 15 is 2. So the speed here per second is 2 meters per second. But then again, we have to think, okay, how many seconds are in a minute? Because that's what they're asking for. They want it to be per minute, okay? So I can just go times 60 seconds because I want to know, okay, if I can go 2 meters every second, how many will I go in 60 seconds? So you can just do 2 times 60, which gives me my 120. And since it's 60 seconds, I could say 120 meters in 60 seconds. Or since that's the same thing as a minute, I can say 120 meters per minute, since 60 seconds and 1 minute is equal. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and draw my triangle. I always draw the triangle. Even if you don't feel like you need it, go ahead and draw it. It gives you a good visual and helps you think things through. So here it tells us the car traveled 50 kilometers in 30 minutes. What was the car's average speed in kilometers per hour? So again, they're asking us for speed, so we're going to mark out speed. They give us our distance over time, which is 50 kilometers over 30 minutes. Okay, now I've got to get over here to 1 hour. So again, I'm going to ask myself, how do I get from 30 minutes to 1 hour? Well, I know that there are 60 minutes and an hour. That's why we say 30 minutes is half an hour. Half of 60 is 30. Okay, so then, okay, how do I go mathematically from 30 to 60? Okay, we're never going to say 30 plus 30. It has to be multiplication or division. Okay, so I know that I have to do times 2. I have to do 30 times 2, which gives me 60 minutes. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do the same thing to the top. So I'm going to go 50 times 2. 50 times 2 is going to give me 100. Okay, and again, because 60 minutes is 1 hour, all I have to do is then change 60 minutes to 1 hour. So it is 100 kilometers per hour, which you can rewrite as 100 km over HR. 100 kilometers per hour is our average speed. Okay. Okay, I'll show you this way with the other problem really quick. Okay, so again, they gave us our distance over time, which was 50 kilometers per 30 minutes. Okay, I can go ahead and figure out what my speed per minute is. Here it's 1.66 repeating. Okay, and now again, that is my speed in kilometers per minute. Okay, so I can think, okay, how many minutes are in an hour? Well, that's 60. So if I want to figure what's my speed in an hour? Okay, well, I can do 1.66 times 60. And that's going to give me 100, and there's a big long decimal. It's like 0.0000, but we can just simply round, and that gives us 100 kilometers per hour. So you can choose either way. You do not have to show your work both ways. Choose which way we did it that makes the most sense to you.